Okay.
I think the Nyx Assassin was doubled, but they might have changed that. At least it was on release of the Aghanim Scepter, but that was a very long time ago.
Hmm.
I had to go and relearn all these niche mechanics of the game, or I just need to play more Dota.
Maybe.
That's how you learn. You either go through all these mechanics and you spend a bunch of time. You play like 10 games of Dota a day, and then eventually something will come up where you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of neat, I guess.
Yeah. Grimstroke picked up here. We saw this yesterday. I think this hero is still in a pretty good spot. I don't think they really... I mean, you could quote-unquote say they buffed him. They buffed his 20 and 25 talents for Stroke of Fate, but who cares? You know, it's a support hero. You're not really getting those in most games. Beastmaster did get a little bit of a nerf, and with the Helm of the Overlord nerf, it might be something that means we could see the Axe build coming back. I think they nerfed all of Beastmaster's late game talents, so this I think is kind of a weird pick. They're gonna grab the Snapfire as well.
At the very no, that's not necessarily true. They nerfed him as far as neutral creeps, or sorry, creeps that he picks up. His Axe's build is actually stronger than it was before.
Well, it's stronger because it comes online technically earlier, right? The magic amp is like 2.4% at 20 instead of 4% at 25, or something like
No,
that.
they gave him a new talent at 15.
Wait, what's the new talent at 15?
Oh, sorry, you're right. It is the fact that it comes on later, but the 2.5 at 15 rather than the 4% Wild Axe's amp at 25, I think makes the hero better. Because
Wait, is that talent at level 15 or is it at level 20?
15.
Oh,
It comes online around the same time you're going to have your Aghanim Scepter.
okay, that's a lot better than I thought. I thought it was still at level 20, and I was like, man, that feels real bad. So I misread that. So yeah, 15, that actually makes it pretty good.
Yeah, and we've seen Mood just completely ignore going the Helm of the Overlord build in favor of going Axes a lot of the time. So it's possible that they do go back for Eternal Envy going the Faceless Void if they've got Moose spamming out these wild Axes on Beastmaster. I wouldn't hate that, actually.
The one thing I'm unsure of right now is you've got Beastmaster, Brewmaster, which means you don't have a lot of damage. Like you have a lot of control, but FG have just gone back for the Sven, and they are ready to just farm it up, play aggressive with the Leshrac, Grimstroke, Abaddon, and they just need an active offlaner here. So that's why we see this Tidehunter ban, a very stable offlane hero, very strong in lanes, plays really well. And yeah, they're going to ban the Faceless Void. I think all they have to do...
Neph2, Ricky 0? Sorry?
What? I was with you on this. What do you mean? I was just going to get to the point where it's like, I don't think FG, as long as they just ban the couple late game heroes that counter Sven, I think they're in a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry for teasing Ricky. I think you're really smart and cool and handsome.
I was going to say, I think you're really handsome, so. Look at that guy.
Anyhow, the Faceless Void ban out makes a lot of sense to me. The Sven pick also is pretty big brain. This is one of the counters to the Brewmaster, especially when it's playing the mid lane. This is what Sammy Boy picked against Gunnar when I was watching him 2 nights ago. Not just because the Sven is super strong, but also the fact that you cleave through those brew lanes like they're nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, they ban out the Mars. All right, they're planning on taking like a Weaver or something on Zoomers.
Now, I know Clinks was nerfed, but was it nerfed enough?
They do have a lot of control here. I mean, being able to hold somebody in place with Aurora, with even slowed down by the Brewmaster clap with the 600 AoE that it has. Clinks could do a lot of damage here. And no, Clinks wasn't nerfed enough. At least Brax didn't think so. Sammy Boy's like, this hero's dead, and Brax, he's like, what he posted on Twitter in response to what Sammy Boy said.
Yeah, remind me in 1 month or something.
Yeah, he pinged a Twitter bot to remind him in 1 month.
Yeah, I think this is. I think the Clinks is still decent, especially when you have a hero like Beastmaster who could go the Overlord to just feed him units like we saw the other night. The one thing is he's just not as tanky, and I think that's totally fine. I think the Clinks hero did way too much damage to like justify him also having 4k health, so that kind of made sense. We're gonna see the Terrorblade picked up here for Envy instead.
All right, not bad. I like it. That kind of it makes the Mars ban make sense. They get
boy,
Centaur in response.
That is scary.
It deals with the Bane and the Snapfire fairly well. It also lets you get on top of the Terrorblade in the fights. This is like back when Centaur wasn't as popular, like half a year back, when I was casting the Perfect World League before the DPC season.
Just Lion
Centaur. They picked this Centaur up as a solution to heroes that sit super far back, like Drow Ranger and Phoenix, quite a bit. And same sort of thing applies here. You get on top of Envy, you get on top of Husky, and Z Freak here on a Snapfire.
It gives your team like really good disengage here. Like if they commit their big cooldowns like Roar and Meta, you can just stampede and bail out of the fight. The only thing you have to be worried about is someone getting caught by Bane, but Duster on the Abaddon should be able to make that a lot easier, a lot more manageable for their team. So I do really like FG's draft here. Envy on the Terrorblade. If he gets super late game, yes, you know, this hero does a ton of damage, but I don't know if he's going to actually have a great lane here. Centaur Warrunner does a ton of magic burst in the lane. I'm with FG on this. I am. I think this is FG's game.
I think they're too angry to lose.
I think they're going to 2-0 the Zoomers here.
Well, if anyone can do it, I believe in FG. Leo was very passionate when I was speaking to him between the games. But yeah, a word from the admin inside the chat was FG were lit off with a warning this time. Like, don't do this again, or we'll have to give you a penalty. So FG, decent showing so far, and looking to tie things up. They'll get themselves a score of 2-2 if they manage to win this one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go. I'm excited for this game. What a way to start the day. We got 4 matches. We got one of the spiciest ones to start.
I mean, you add Envy to the mix, and it's going to be a spicy game almost no matter what.
Then we got team against 4 Gringos after this. I'm excited for the back-to-back team matches.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
I know you're a big Brax fan.
Who isn't, though, man? That guy's a legend.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Braxton911. Make sure to join the Brax Street Boys, everybody.
All in service to imbalance.
All right, we got a pause coming out at the start. Looks like need a little bit more time on Sooth. I'm a big fan of the Leshrac pick. I think this hero hasn't seen enough love. The change to pure damage on Diabolic Edict actually makes it a lot better against Terrorblade than it used to be as well. Like, that physical damage do practically nothing to somebody who had so much armor. Now you burst him down a lot quicker if he's just by himself. He's a decent solution to illusion heroes as well. So I think he's even better against these like Naga Siren, Naga Siren, Terrorblade, and what else?
Phantom Lancer.
Hero? Yeah, Phantom Lancer. That's the last agility hero with tons of illusions.
Mm-hmm.
So pure damage burning through that armor makes a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I'm curious what Envy decides to build here, because the Terrorblade, with this extra strength gain, it was buffed from, what was it, 1.7
to 2.0.
Okay, so you end up having how much more strength per level? It's 0.7 strength per level? Or no, 0.3 strength per level, so that's...
For somebody who did the math on gloves, you sure are slow on doing other math.
Yeah. It's what, 20 strength per level? How much strength, or how much
20 strength per...
Sorry, how much health do you get per strength? 20 HP per strength, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you get like 6 health.
Are you running the numbers right now?
An extra
6 health per level?
6 health per level, right?
Yet
Isn't that what that is?
Yeah, on average. Of course,
Well, it wouldn't be on average. That would be exact, right?
No, you don't get like fractions of strength per level. Each point of strength is 20 HP. So you don't. Before you would get 20 HP if you went to level 2. Now you get 40 HP if you go to level 2.
Oh wow, that's a big
deal. It's not like armor, where you can have like half an armor point and increase your physical damage resistance. You only get the extra HP for the full point of strength.
That's a big deal.
You know this.
No, I had no idea.
You're so nice.
That's why every hero has a multiple of 20 on their health. You know this, Ricky. Don't pretend you don't know this.
I mean, it makes sense, but it's just nothing I'd ever considered. You know.
Oh, it didn't like click.
Yeah.
You're a good Dota player. Don't do this to me, man. Just plays Dota completely unfeeling.
What, you don't?
Somehow almost manages to get immortal. This guy.
I mean, it's not hard to get immortal.
He's just too naturally talented.
If you like legitimately like put in the effort, you like, I would say like probably at least 50% of the Dota community could probably get high divine or immortal if they like actually tried.
You're a lazy genius, Ricky. All right, let's get this show on the road. I'm excited for this game. I probably I do favor FG for this game. I think that the Terrorblade is going to be quite a bit tankier now that he, like you said, on average, will have 0.6 HP more per level. But again, that boosted health makes him a lot harder to blow up.
Gunnar getting slapped in the mid lane here and gonna be forced to, I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to eat a tree right away. That's what I thought. I was like, there's no way he can afford to come to this lane with half HP against a Leshrac. He needs to regen up. All right, let's talk about the bottom lane here. We got Moo and Z Freak.
I imagine it's gonna be a little slow, level 1. He's probably gonna put points into axes down here. It's pretty easy to deal with the boars. I think Duster might even throw out like mist foils onto things.
Yeah, I was just wondering what Duster's gonna do. It ends up putting a point on Aquatic Shield, and yeah, we're gonna see axes 1 here on the Beastmaster.
Boars a little bit too easy to deal with. You are able to bring off these axes stacks just by throwing the Aquatic Shield off on someone, so it's even difficult for him to get that damage amp. And of course, as is the meta right now, we see the safe lane play with these camps. I'm surprised he didn't try to block this one on Duster. Oh, he did. Never mind. He's got the ward over here.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. I think it is incredibly boring with how the lanes are positioned right now and the access into the side of the jungle. I really wanted to see map reworks with this patch, but doing that before TI might have been a bit too much.
Yeah, you can't rework the map before TI, but after TI, Valve, please. Can we please put ancient camps not in triangles? Thank you.
Just by themselves again?
Or just remove them from the game.
Dude, there's an easy solution for ancient stacks. You know what that solution is?
Bring the Prowler back.
Bring the Prowler back.
Make one of the creeps that you stack with. Or you can make it so the buffs stack for like allied creeps. So like if you stack 3 granite golems, there's 3 granite golem buffs for all of the ancient creeps. Good luck taking it.
Forever to kill. Same with the dragon hide, like so just
extra 12 armor or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to just. I'm so sick of stack meta. I don't even think what they did was enough this time around. It does definitely nerf it a little bit, but it's still the most efficient way on the map to get gold. And we're still gonna see these stack clears like Sven, the Terrorblade, heroes like Tidehunter are still pretty good at doing it.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why they changed the stacking auras and a lot of things around is it's just too good to have stacking auras on the hero. Like, you'd see. No,
I'm saying it should only apply to jungle creeps.
Oh, yeah. Remember when Chen would just run around with like 4 small centaurs?
Yeah, that was hilarious. You had like 60% team magic resist once someone picked up a pipe.
Yeah. That was the good stuff. All right, I need to look at some of these other lanes. I haven't touched base on mid at all. Gunnar's doing very well for himself here.
Yeah, he's owning.
Yep.
Like last game too. I mean, Gunnar outperformed in the mid lane. I mean, he's 20-2 to the 13-3 of the Leshrac, and this is a fantastic start for the Brewmaster as he's got Soul Ring, maybe? Oh, just stick and infuse raindrops on the way out. Raindrops super value in this lane to deal with the lightning spam.
I mean, one of the things you do have to worry about on this Brewmaster is the moment you move out of lane and try to go for a kill, Susan's going to be able to pressure your tower and bring it down pretty quickly with Diabolic Edict. It looks like he's going to go the... he's got 2-0-2. At this point, I think you start maxing out the Diabolic Edict. You want the extra AoE from 2 points in Split Earth. A little bit
Exactly.
of damage help as well.
Yep.
But,
That's what we've typically seen, is the 2-0-2 into the Max Edict. Ooh, nice play by Seuss in the mid lane here. Actually fortified the wave so that Gunnar couldn't get the Cinderbrew proc. So that was actually pretty nice.
yeah. Actually puts third point into Lightning Storm here. That is pretty surprising. I mean, it farms a little bit faster, but you don't have that tower taking potential. It's a little bit better than it used to be at the earlier levels. The Diabolic Edict. They used to scale from what is it? Actually, it's about the same. Never mind. I take back what I said completely. With the bonus damage, which you have 2 points into it. The 7 pure damage to 14 pure damage, then the 8 physical to 20.
It's way better to tier 2 and tier 3 towers, to my knowledge, Edict now, as they had a lot of armor. I think the damage to tier 1 towers was exactly the same, to my knowledge, from the physical to the pure damage change. But tier 2, tier 3, and of course tier 4 towers, quite a difference.
Yeah.
But CS-wise, it's still in favor of the 4 Zoomers here. Envy farming surprisingly well here on the Terrorblade in this lane. Just has the 2 points Conjure Image, which means he's going to have a great time jungling once he decides to transition into the jungle. Doesn't have to actually put any additional points into the Reflection, into the meta as well, so.
Putting that 1 point in the Reflection is a bit surprising to me.
It's good level 1 to fight the Centaur off of you, because Centaur does a lot of damage, like base damage.
Yep. Speaking of the Centaur, he got his double edge buffed in his pack, but I don't think that makes too much of a difference fighting into the TB. Like, you can clear out his illusions reasonably, or a little bit easier because that radius increase, but I don't think the 190 to 220 is going to make too much of a difference here.
Gunner gonna try and make a play here on a Leshrac. Zeus may have came a little bit too far forward. The rotation in from Husky, he's just dead. The damage from those panda. Oh, Husky's the one who ends up grabbing the kill, but Gunner's not done. Looking for King RD behind the tower. The damage is going to be there. He's just going to wait for that split to end. He's got another help and assist from Z-Freak. Nicely done there. Stun up for the moment, but ends. The good old support contribution. Getting a double kill on Bane.
2 brain saps and that's it, right? That's all he did there. That's all he had to do.
He had 1 auto attack on the Leshrac
right.
that finished the kill.
Yeah, my bad. Don't want to make it seem like he's not doing anything. Seeds isn't going to be too happy about that. He's going to walk all the way back to lane now. He's going for Boot to Travel as his first item. He's a little bit underfarmed at the moment, though.
Gunner Invis rune doesn't want to actually reveal himself, but they're going to see Leo now. That's a target he really wants, and looks like they're going to probably just settle for Duster.
If they can even get him.
That was almost a really big mistake. Husky's like, nah, my kill, right? No, not this time. Gunner going to be able to grab this one. One big crit there from the Drunken Brawler is going to secure it.
Yeah. He might have been able to get away there if not Sleep came out like a fraction of a second later.
Yeah, it was almost a mistake. He almost missed the level 4 Thunderclap.
They put Z-Freak in the mid lane regardless of the fact that you only have 1 point in the Diabolic Edict right now. I think they're just worried about him shoving in the tower. They don't even have to put him there. I think he's just focusing on farming creeps right now on the Leshrac. Once he catches back up, well, he's actually ahead of the Brewmaster now. And he's continued to be. Leshrac farms a lot faster.
Oh, Moo doing a ton of damage to the bottom tower now. Ooh, Fairy Trinket. That's quite good.
Keep the Arcane Ring, though.
I think Arcane Ring is way too good. That item seems nuts. I think previously, before the nerfs to Fairy Trinket was better, but Arcane Ring has just gotten buff after buff. That item is super strong.
10 int, 2 armor, 75 mana. It's alright. I just really like Fairy Trinket on heroes like Leshrac.
It's like almost 1.5 mana regen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus 10 int and 2 armor. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I
and
guess
it's AoE.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You win. Let's chalk a point on the nuke.
One for Ricky. Let's go. Bottom lane tower goes down. Moo just rotates mid. Wants to put good use with this Helm Dom. And these boars, I mean, he's putting a lot of pressure on the map already. Envy's just farming their triangle. Top lane, Sooth did take down the tower, and he's just going to jungle up himself. Overall, game very even, right?
Yeah. I'd say that they had a little bit of an advantage a moment ago prior to them grabbing that top tower. But Leshrac farms so quick compared to the Brewmaster that he's catching up in no time. He's continued to accelerate here after he gets these Boots of Travels.
Yeah, Brew really, once he has the Aghanim Scepter, you know, becomes a little bit of a threat, but I'm a little bit worried about those pandas just dying as soon as these fights starts. Like, Suits could just turn around on the Leshrac with that Pulse Nova and just kill, you know, everything but the Earth Panda.
So the Earth Panda will get killed by the Diabolic Edict.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You can kill the Earth Panda now, huh?
What's the maths on that one? It's 40 explosions times 28 damage.
Start.
Oh, right. I have a calculator button on my computer. I'm not actually doing the math myself. 1120. Actually doesn't do enough damage to kill the Earth Panda.
But I mean, that's just solo, right? In the grand scheme of things, like, there's a Sven here in the game as well. So, like, Brewmasters, Brewlings are not very safe this time around. Did I hear a smoke? I did. All right, they're smoked up here, going for a wraparound move. Trying to find something here in the mid lane as Gunner does have the split available.
They've got Stampede.
They're going to go for it.
Abaddon you're trying to go on.
Aurora comes out onto the Abaddon. Not level 6 yet, so no chance of really getting out of here. Sexy Fat's just tanking a lot of damage from these Mortimer Kisses. But again, he's got Stampede. He's holding it. Hoping the rest of the team's going to rotate on in, go for some assistance. But betrayed by his brethren there as the Centaur Conquer stuns him up.
Is that allowed?
I mean, I guess. They're going to get the tower. They don't really overcommit for anything, and they grabbed it here on Moo. You're going to lose the Centaur. Goes the way of Mr. King RD, but
Fighting into the Brewmaster here when he's got the double damage rune and Drunken Brawler. He's going to pump out a lot of damage, so Sexy Fat very hesitant to commit inward here.
you'd have to blow up Gunner. That's the only way you start this fight, because otherwise he's going to primal split, and then, you know, either Sexy Fat or Leshrac are going in the sky. And that's not a great way to fight the into the Zoomers lineup.
Well, back for now. They lose the mid tier 1 tower. Leshrac could probably take theirs pretty quickly. Trying to go around the Z Freak here, but you don't want to dive him into the tier 2. All right, what's farming status right now? Eternal Envy sitting at 5k net worth, Sven at 5.4k. This probably helps the recent changes to not only the Echo Saber, but the agent stacking. Definitely helps terribly this 1v1 matchup.
A wraparound from Moo. What a sick play as he finds Duster. Gonna be able to pop the borrowed time. Sexy Fat still has a Stampede, but Husky just nearby waiting to use... Yikes. We're gonna come back to that one in a moment, but Sexy Fat doesn't have to commit the Stampede. He will drop it now. And there's the Cyclone to cancel it out. Husky, definitely just a bait on the missed Fiend's Grip there for sure. Copium, in comes Susto, Invis up. Big Soulbind comes through with the backside. A huge stomp comes out, and Lesh is gonna just tick down too. Gunner comes on down into the middle of these enemy heroes, and that is going to be a double kill going the way of Zeus. 3 for 1.
Yeah, that was the soul bind into the double lightning. It ended up hitting came out onto that Beastmaster so fast, cleaning him up. There was nothing that they're able to do. Now you get to take this tower. Committing onto the center was a bit of a mistake. Like, yes, they ended up throwing him into the air when he threw the Stampede, but that Stampede wasn't to get him out. That was to get his allies in. I think Sexy Cat baited that one out there. And he is too tanky with the Vanguard and the Cloak for you to blow up. Again, like you said before this, he's the highest strength through 3 hero in the game. This is one big boy. He's dummy thick.
So I think a lot of this was just an unfortunate situation for the Zoomers. I think as soon as Husky Fiends grips the creep, they probably just need a back.
Yeah.
Because if they get
that one immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
so
I mean, if he nightmared the Abaddon and gets the full duration Fiend's Grip on the Centaur, I think they get both kills and then they just leave. But because that Fiend's Grip came out onto the creep, it put them in a really weird situation where they just overcommitted to the tier 2. And like you said, the Stampede wasn't for Centaur getting out. It was for Zeus to come in on the Lesh and just clean up big.
Yeah. And the double lightning did a surprising amount of damage. I guess it's one of the reasons why he maxed it out, or why he's maxing it out now after the Diabolic Edict. Why he put 3 points into it fairly early. But now, they control the triangle here, but I think that they knew this one was coming. Yeah, in fact, Moo pings it out. He realizes exactly where they're standing. They're not showing on the map right now, then they're probably going to be chasing us. Envy is too close to his tier 2 tower for them to go on him as well.
Envy is doing a decent job at keeping up with the Sven. I mean, some of this definitely due to just the reduction in, you know, clearing stacks like bounty and experience, but the problem is the rest of your team. Like Gunner is really under farmed here, as well as Moo on the Beastmaster, and as a result, you're gonna start feeling that net worth difference in these fights if you decide to take them.
They're wasting a little bit of time right now on both these teams. In particular, FG. They just used 2 smokes and they're getting nothing from it. They're playing so tight together right now on Zoomers. ERD might go down here. We'll see. Big pushes forward now. He's going to get back. Man's too smart, right?
Indeed. Z-Freak top lane. We're going to see a Edict come out with an arcane rune, so he's going to be ready to push this right again with the second wave. The question is if Zoomer is going to be able to defend this. You know, Moo is not too far away. He's going to get a little scout Duster here on the Abad and do a little bit of damage, but they've actually gone ahead and TP'd Gunner up here as well. So it looks like they do want to defend this tier 2 TP into the outpost. That's going to be the Bane, and then comes the Nightmare. He found Sexy Fat, but Duster will be able to save him. Gunner gonna try and chase down the Abaddon here, and you know, you'll take 1 kill for sure. As long as you're gonna get anything else, Envy's gonna be the one that picks that one up. But an immediate smoke, they want to get more. They're going right into the triangle, it seems, or maybe Roshan. No Stampede and no Abaddon. You could potentially just take the Rosh here.
They're thinking about it.
They see Zeus though. Ward dropped up on the high ground. Husky's trying to get in range. He's got the Fiend's Grip, the Roar. They don't even need to use it. They get the kill so easily, and now Rosh is an easy target.
Yeah, right beside the pit. They get to take this one. Envy already in his Metamorphosis. Net worth is going to swing back the way of 4 Zoomers after this one, even though it was very hard earned here for FG. The game relatively quiet prior to that. I mean, only 3-7 at the moment.
Yeah, both teams just kind of farming, right? That's about what we're pretty much all we're seeing here.
I mean, it's been going the way of FG up until now. Like this Leshrac had 3 levels up on the Brewmaster until a moment ago. Now it's only a 2-level advantage. And Brewmaster does not farm very fast. He really wants to take fights.
And luckily for Gunner, he hasn't had to commit that primal split quite yet. And however, he's gonna walk right up into a Centaur, and he might have to use it now if he manages to survive. Gunner falling low, able to just walk away, activate pig mode. He's made it. Unbelievable.
Very pretty.
No, maybe not.
Ooh,
Nightmare though. Gunner still ends up going down.
Now they're chasing down Husky.
As MP comes out, they know he doesn't have the Nightmare to do anything to slow this, and Bane, you get caught there by the Inkswell, and a couple more auto attacks goes the way of Zeus there with the last Lightning Storm, and this is going to be a tier 2 mid.
Yeah, Fortify is already down and cooling for another 2.5 minutes. Just need to drop that Diabolic Edict as soon as it comes out. Let's go. Dude, don't leave him behind. Sexy Fat, get back in there. There you go. So, tier 2 tower, that's going to open up Outpost, so we'll swing back in the favor of Zoomers once again. Eternal Envy. I think he's just finishing up his Manta style right now. No, Santinyasha is going for it despite the nerfs. I mean, it does make sense. You're dealing with multiple pretty high cooldown, or multiple AoE stuns, right? You've got Split Earth, you've got Storm Hammer, you've got the Stomp from the Centaur. You're going to want status resist this game.
Yeah, Manta is not incredibly useful for anything really, so the status resist is definitely better. I'm sure he just backs for the Scotty at this point. Like, he still definitely needs to tank up.
Discord seems to be having some issues.
Not a BM pause, that's surprising.
Not this time. They got in trouble for it last time.
Did they?
They got a warning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's their last game today. Why not, you know?
I mean, they don't want to get themselves kicked out of the tournament or anything like that. They they proved a point last game. This game, they're just looking to win, I think. So anyone curious right now who is tuning in, I see a lot of people have been thinking that Leo is Leo style. Leo is not Leo style. Completely different players.
Mandy has rebranded to Leo, so that is who this is. Yeah. For those of you who know from South America, the carry player who went by the name of Mandy now goes by the name Leo.
And finally, the beef between these 2 teams is apparently Envy was saying some not so friendly stuff to some of the players, especially Leo, in some pubs prior to the game, and justice was served last
Yeah.
game.
It was served all right, yeah, on a platter, man. Z-Freak's got the Blink Dagger on Snapfire, and he's going to go the Shard build. I love this build. I think this is my favorite Snapfire build. Scatterblast does a ridiculous amount of damage once you have that Aghanim Shard. And the 2-second stun is pretty sick.
Yeah. I think it's one of the reasons why Z-Freak likes it so much. The Aghanim Shard makes a world of difference when you get the Blink Dagger. Any hero that has 2 stuns is very bueno.
Also 2 AoE stuns.
Yeah.
Move putting pressure here on the tier 2. I don't think they're going to be able to get it still, though. Top lane, Suits is going to take another tier 2 tower.
Yeah. This one down the bottom lane still more than half HP, so like gaining map control. Their next objective is going to be these bottom towers and try to box these 4 Zoomies under base, making the map feel a lot smaller. But they commit on a 6 guy on the bottom lane.
Oh, they do. The roar comes out. Duster's there to save him. Mortimer Kisses in the Stampede committed, but the Nightmare, is it going to be enough? Envy here on this Terrorblade popped the meta. Did have an Arcane Rune as well, so reducing that cooldown just a little bit. They really just want to get this tier 2, but Sven's knocking on your door. Big stun in from SexyFat, holding them in place. Z-Freak. The fortification comes through. They're not even going to get it. They back Husky in the base, though. Nightmare to Sven. The rest of the team needs to join them. This is a huge kill. The Fiend's Grip comes through. Can they cancel the TPs? Envy, he just gets out. Okay, never mind. You go down on Leo.
That was very optimistic trying to go onto the Bane when he was by himself. I think maybe he figured he'd already committed the Fiend's Grip in that last team fight, but Nightmare came out stalling things out for 7 seconds, and then another 6 gives his team more than enough time to join.
Yeah, he went to max Nightmare. I don't think he expected that.
Makes sense. It's good for punishing people trying to put up around the map. Ooh. I'm sure he's...
Gunner goes down. Envy tried to sunder him, but misclicked. Hit the full health of Shrek instead.
We managed to find a kill onto King ID, though. He did end up going some of the Overlord build rather than Wild Axes, despite the fact that he went the first point with the Axes in the bottom lane. I think he's just grabbing it to secure himself CS and do a little bit of harass down there.
Ooh, that is a haste in the Shrek. That is going to be a little bit scary.
Be worried about the some of the Overlord, though.
He pops the... He just dies. Okay.
Yeah.
He just took so much physical damage. The attack speed from the Frenzy, as well as just the Inner Beast aura, was more than enough. Hey, he just took 1,500 damage from the Beastmaster, and all of those was the summons.
Yeah, it's made even worse by the fact that this Leshrac is only another shawl. He's got no other armor items.
Oh, yeah,
so
that is
That's
an 8 armor Lesh and then a Snapfire popping Lil Shredder. You are not going to have a lot of armor.
No. So it's exactly what he was taking advantage there on. We just made it impossible for him to be stunned up. And then that is Thunderhide stand his ground. This Thunderhide was nerfed, by the way.
Yeah, they increased the mana cost on all of the spells that Ancient Creeps had.
Mm-hmm.
Made sense. They had 5 mana regen, and it was basically impossible to run out of mana on these creeps.
Mm-hmm.
4K gold lead still here for the side of FG, and honestly, they're looking really good. They have a lot of map control. 2 tier 2 towers have fallen for the side of the Zoomers, which means Roche advantage is still going to go the way of the Radiant. And a ward dropped up on the high ground. It is going to scout them out for a moment, but it would have to be like Gunner with the initiation. He's got the Aghanim Scepter completed, so double primal splits online. They don't manage to find anything, though.
No. At the moment, I think they want to stall, get a couple more. Well, finish the BKB on this fit at the very least. And he's got an MKB keyed up afterwards. I think he's worried about the evasion here on Envy.
Well, they buffed MKB too. They gave it more attack speed, right?
Yeah, so it feels a little bit better. So he's still going the Echo Save regardless of the nerfs on that one. It feels pretty good on Sven, but
yeah, it's just too good. I think it's still too good on Sven. It gives him everything he needs, right?
Yeah.
It's basically it's basically a Battle Fury if you're a Sven. He actually commits God Strength top to try and clear out these Ancient Creep, and that's what he's going to do. 250 gold from those now as the bounty was further increased. But Leo, without the BKB, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. Z-Freak jumps forward, hits him with the first stun, the body slam into the dive bomb. And that is that's 2 deaths now that are really important on this Sven. He's 0, 2, and 1. He's just been farming this whole game, but those deaths do mean a lot in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, a lot of that's 2,000 gold, or sorry, 2,000 XP and
900 gold, almost.
Yeah, 1,300 net worth spin because he lost 344 there. It's further from his BKB. They didn't even have to commit the roar for that one.
Envy has a bottled DD rune, and he's closing in on a Daedalus.
Yeah, he's gonna play around the pit and probably just clean that up, roach up as quickly as possible.
Stampede comes through. I don't know where they thought Envy was, but it's not there, as he's able to make it away. Mortimer Kisses getting thrown from downtown, trying to catch Grimstroke here, but he is out of range, I think. Yeah, so a little bit of optimistic spell usage here from both teams, but Husky gets the D ward, and Aduster's going to turn around and do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a Granite Golem.
It is.
Who has the Lotus Orb? Is that Centaur? It is.
So.
Okay.
Decent item in this game. Up against the Bane, it's always pretty important to grab. Alright, things slowed down a little bit. Again, Sven needing to finish up this BKB. Got slowed down by the fact that he got caught out by the enemies. He's trying to accelerate his farm by committing onto that creep there, but only made it slower for him. I don't know, the 40 to 35 seconds of God Strength is pretty significant there, man. I know you don't think so, but I'm worried.
I mean, this spell could last 20 seconds and it would still be really strong. You only need like literally 5 seconds to kill an entire team. It's too good for farming is what was dumb about it. They actually managed to get Beastmaster far enough away, but Leo comes in and there's the crit on the backside, just shredding through the Beastmaster. The roar comes out just in time, but Leo as well as Zeus pop that BKB, and they've got their eyes set on this Terrorblade. The BKB is expired. Envy could turn it around. He does. Does he have the damage though? The first blue sprint ends and he just goes down right away. Husky on the backside gets the Nightmare off, reflected by the Lotus. Triple kill goes the way of Leo. And a disastrous of a fight here for the Zoomers. And with Roche having just respawned, that is going to be Aegis and Shard going the way of FG.
Yep. Be more than happy to take that probably on Leo. We'll see though. But nice reaction there by
they found Envy.
Bold move to farm the jungle there.
Yeah, that is a death you cannot afford. Because there is an entire other half of the map to farm, and you know that they're still up here, and Envy just dies after his whole team had just gone down, and that is a big one.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of pushing his limits there, figuring how far forward he's able to farm. I mean, it would waste a lot of time and efficiency to move to the other side of the map, but it would be the safer play. So, punished for that mistake there. Setting up Roshan, it's just be on the Leshrac. He picks up the Shard as well, getting that one for free. It's an item that you're going to buy a lot of the time on Leshrac anyways. Not having to spend the 1,400 gold feels really good.
Yeah, it does. Black Dragon heading to the bottom lane to start split pushing. Ooh, where was that?
Well, that was
just in the top lane. Okay. Mortimer Kisses just sniped him, I guess. But Zeus here pops a haster and he's going to try and chase after him. Z-Freak TP's out, though. What a gamer.
Yep. We want to do in situations like that is pop your Diabolic Edict.
And try and scout it. Yeah.
It'll scout them in the fog, but I don't think it would have been quite close enough.
Moo doing a good job at pushing this bottom lane right away. Z-Freak just going to stay back in the base. Make sure that they cannot get up here onto the high ground. I mean, it's just looks like such a good game for FG. I mean, there you have a 10k gold lead. The Leshrac is so farmed this game. The BKB, the Bloodstone, Boots of Travel on his way to a Shiva's Guard.
Yeah, the Shiva is going to be the really important thing. And, you know, he's already got a decent spell lifesteal thanks to the Bloodstone. And again, it's only going to get... Yeah. The Bloodstone going to be decent spell lifesteal, and it's only going to get easy for him to just run straight into the enemy heroes once he's got that Shiva's Guard completed. And we saw how quickly they dealt with his Brewmaster split as well, stunning him the moment it ended, not giving him a chance to pop out another one. Leo doing so much damage here.
Well, top lane tier
fighting
3
into
goes
them is
down.
hard.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they're just
look at this.
gonna keep pressuring, and Z-Freak managed to dodge out one stun, but the team is not here. Like, Moo's not TPing back. He's trying to split push. You got Bane de-warding in the triangle. They just know they can't contest into this Aegis.
Sooth is being so annoying here. He's making it so difficult to fight into him here by dropping, spamming these split earths.
Moo bottom lane trying to split as he's putting damage onto the tier 3, but if I'm FG here, do you not just go mid? I don't even think you care. Looks like Sven does. He's gonna try and just clean up the granite, or not the granite golem, but the black dragon, and that is 250 more gold going the way of the Sven.
Why farm creep when Moo bring creep to you?
This is true. This is true. This is a very valid point, Neff. I mean, Envy's here with an Invis rune. Maybe you find Leo. He's actually just outside sentry range. He walks right into them, and now with every... I am confused. Stampede comes out from the side of FG, looking for them on the back side here. And they'll just disengage. He just didn't expect there to be 4 heroes waiting for that Sven to walk out.
I mean, that was a big brain play there. I wonder who made that call. It was a good one. But no status just means you are instantly punished. You have to commit the Raw and the Fiend's Grip for that one, but it's definitely worth it. You waste a lot of this Aegis duration.
Blast Rig just got nerfed too.
Yeah, the legend was way too good.
Yeah, it was. 8 armor was too much for an item that also had a very good active or passive.
Yeah. So they nerfed both the aspects of it. They didn't nerf the damage of it. It's nice.
Yeah, I don't think that was the issue, right? The damage is, pretty good.
Clearing up the bottom tier 1.
That does give a fort over to the side of the Zoomers, though.
Yeah, stall for another, 6 seconds. It's like a headband now found on Sexy Fat. Probably just passed that one over to Grimstroke, right? Sitting on this also for Stone right now. He's working on getting an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, I knew he was going to go there eventually. It just, that's one of the reasons, Grimstroke is so good against heroes like the Luna and the Terrorblade, is you just get an Ags once they pops meta, and that is a magic immune illusion that does more damage and is faster.
By the way, I'm not sure if you see this, but I'm pretty sure... Are we there yet?
I don't know, are we there yet?
We're about to see Z-Freak overtake Gunner on net worth.
Oh yeah, I knew that. That's a long time coming. Ooh, Sooth's committed so hard to get this ancient creep, but didn't end up finding it. Wait, did he convert something else or just die to the creep wave? It just died to the creep wave, man. That feels bad.
Unlucky. What can you do?
But yeah, I mean, this was a long time coming. The Brewmaster is not a hero that farms well, and this is one of the reasons why I'm a little bit confused by why they run this in the mid lane. It does allow your forward to pick up a lot of extra net worth, but I mean, you just have BKB Ags at 31 minutes into the game. This is not a mid lane net worth. Compare that to the Lesh. I mean, he's less than half.
Yeah. I mean, Leshrac farmed faster. We knew that was going to happen, but I didn't think it would be this bad. Leshrac now working on the Blink Dagger, by the way, wants to be able to jump the backline here. I think it's important that he gets on top of Bane with his BKB and stops him from controlling at this Sven.
Absolutely. He's got his Shivas as well, so he has plenty of different ways to scout heroes and find them going forward. Bane just sitting behind Envy in the top lane as Envy's trying to just split push this in. Still an 11k gold lead, only 11 to 13. I mean, this has been a very low kill score game.
Give me blood. I want action. Oh, he's got Blink Dagger now on Leshrac. Send it out. Make it happen. This is what you're waiting for. What does Sven got? Sven working on Assault Cross right now. You don't even really care that much about this, though. I'm going to be real with you. It'll allow you to fight against Eternal Envy, but even without that, I feel like you do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean,
Leo,
he's got MKB,
Leo, don't,
he's got Silver Edge.
Ooh, no.
He sees them, but they have a gem on Bane. without a blink dagger. He doesn't have a way to like really gap close.
And that's what the Leshrac picked up the blink dagger for, right? Being able to get on top of the Bane. So Centaur doesn't have to. Oh no.
That is your 9-second BKB. Gunnar felt obligated to use it. A really good play there by Suits, just kind of teasing him, trying to force reaction, and he gets it.
That's not good. If they can get a jump onto the Brewmaster here, then he just gets blown up and I lose the team fight. He doesn't have money for buyback either. Delta looking and keeping all these lanes shoved in. Centaur pretty far away from the rest of his team, as is Leo. If they can catch Zeus in the mid lane here right now, he's gonna get back. Got to keep in mind those the Hawk has a pretty long range with dive bomb.
1200 for those wondering. It can dive outside its own cast range, or outside its own vision range, because it only provides 900 vision, but it can dive bomb to 1200, which is so funny.
All right, now what do we got? We take this outpost here inside their jungle. All right, these team fight. All right, they're ready to fight right now on the side. I think he resummoned the creep. Did he? No, I think it just ended up dying there. Anyhow, they don't have the helm of the Overlord creep right now, which is cleared out by the Sven. I think they want to take a team fight right now. They know Envy's on the opposite side of the map. I mean, these are the same calls that Zoomers were making to some of these other teams. If they just charge at them right now when they know that Envy's not there, they can easily take this team fight.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You've got plenty of space to work with. The thing is, I think they're just waiting for next Roche. Unfortunately for them, it's a decently long respawn. Still over a minute left on that. So Zoomers just trying to like hold on to whatever signs of life they have right now, but it's looking grim for these guys. I don't know what their like path into this game is. Like Envy has to get 6 slotted, but even then, I don't think he kills heroes as fast as the Sven does.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be able to kill the heroes single target faster than the Sven will, because he's got this dataless and the super long range. It's hard for them to kite out Envy, but they can also blow up Envy fairly easily here. It gets a little bit more difficult once he gets the Satanic. He can stand his ground, right click people down. He's got the Paladin Sword as well, but
yeah, he does really need that Satanic. That is going to be a big buff to him. That gives him a lot of extra health to work with as well. And Sven, closing in on the AC. After this, what do you think? Is it just Swift Blink? I'd imagine it's Swift Blink, right? On the Sven after the AC?
I mean, yeah, probably. Probably. I don't think he'll go for Atem Scepter this build. Seems like a little bit of a waste. You slow down to a crawl, though. I'm not a fan of games like this. I just want to see people running each other. Both teams feel like they have the upper hand if they spend more time farming, and all I think this is doing is creating an even bigger net worth gap between the two mid heroes. You're still super far away from your AC. Gunnar is farming so slow this game.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the net worth graph. It has just been an uphill battle. And every single time, you know, they find these ancient creeps, it's just an easy kill for the Sven. It's one of the things we were surprised, like, why they go for the Helm of the Overlord build, because Sven just has no problem cleaning these things up. I heard a BKB popped by Z-Freak in the mid lane. Might have been a misclick there, as he actually definitely swapped the item position immediately after, so.
Has to make sure it works. There's the first one. Now he knows.
Make sure it's not poison. You know how like when you ask your friends like, oh, let me make sure it's not poison, and then you just eat like half their food.
Yeah.
Roshan has an Aegis Refresher cheese. It is the third one of the game. Yeah, that's Split Earth just one shots the Hawk. That's pretty good.
Very neat. How much HP does the Hawk have?
It says 375, but just died.
Well, he's got Spell Amp, do the Bloodstone.
It's close. Husky, nice ward placement up on the high ground. Is going to see the rotation, and Sexy Fat just goes ahead. Gap closes him. They take him down. Buyback comes through. Envy Pops the meta, doesn't have the BKB used quite yet, and there's gonna be a Satanic trying to stand his ground against Sven, but Husky, he gets the Fiend's Grip on the backside, and there's the blink forward from the left, they take him down, but Sven, he still dies. Duster tried to keep him alive, but it's not enough. Now the question is, can Envy hold this fight together? He needs to get the Sunder off, finally does. The Split Earth wearing off Sexy Fat, no stuns left in the tank. They're gonna buy back on the Lesh Moo. Trying to keep him alive during all of this is just Gunner disrupting the backside on this Brewmaster despite the net worth that he doesn't have. Doing so much where Suits comes in once again, takes down one, gets a second ultra kill for Envy. It's gonna be the Rampage. There's gonna be the second Satanic of the fight, and now the question is, can he keep the vision on the Lesh? Definitely not. This man is too dang fast with those spider legs. Will just make it out, but the buybacks committed from both teams ends up being a 5 for 4.
Yep.
5 for 5 actually. It was a dieback on the Bane. Duster comes in, doesn't have borrowed time for 2 more seconds, but gonna have it now. Gunner pops that second primal split, looking to go in, throws Duster into the air after that borrowed time, but Envy, he's in the pit. He wants to get this Roche in time, and it's all gonna come down to Gunner trying to make space for them to do that. Can he actually finish off the Abaddon in time? A couple more auto attacks, he gets some. Well played by Gunner on the Brewmaster, but now Centaur, he's come into the pit. He tried to steal it, but he's gonna pay for it with his life. He's just gets stunned down by Z-Freak, and Envy gonna get the Aegis. Refresher goes the way of Gunner. What a fight from the Zoomers.
Yeah, I mean, Sven just getting way too far forward, and what needs to happen in these team fights is at the start of it, you need to get on top of the Bane, but the Bane had bought back. They initially got the kill onto him, and you kept getting a 4-second stun off onto the Sven. So Envy, I guess, realizing he is able to hold his ground in a 1v1 scenario thanks to that Satanic, and just did exactly that. Sven, despite the fact that it was a 8-second BKB charge that he had, could not burst through Envy with the massive amount of armor that he has.
Pretty much half of it was wasted though, right? Like that's what we're talking about. Like half of it went to the Fiend's Grip. Oh, nice catch bottom lane. It's gonna be Moo. Thought he was, I mean, I don't know why he thought it was safe going for that, but that is a dieback on your Beastmaster.
Yeah. You're more than happy to take a fight against these dire heroes now. I'm a little bit surprised that Sooth didn't try to go back to the pit and fight them, just spamming out the Split Earth inside the Roche pit, but I guess he was too worried about dying back in the game. Instead, he went for the safer play of pushing down the bottom lane. Also, that fight ended up lasting so long, they almost lost a tier 4 inside the dire base.
That's actually kind of funny. They do find Timeless Relic for the Lishrak. That is quite good. Just more spell amp for him, as well as the debuff duration, which works really well with the Split Earth.
He's going to be going for eggs next. He wants a Nihilism. And given how much physical damage comes up from the enemy team for lack of magical burst, it's going to be a pretty big deal for standing his ground against the Terrorblade.
Dark Portrait is online.
All right, that's one of the game-winning things that they need.
Yeah, if Envy pops meta, you can actually just like kill multiple heroes on the team with that illusion.
So not only is Leo your one of your biggest threats on the enemy team, Envy is now also one of your biggest threats.
I'm really curious what he ends up going here on King RD. They did just pretty massively buff the talents for like 20 and 25 for the Stroke of Fate for Grimstroke, plus 1000 cast range and the 50% bonus damage at 25. I mean, normally you never get those talents, but I mean, we're 41 minutes in and this game is not ending anytime soon.
I think the +3 hits to kill the Phantom is pretty important as well. If you throw that out of the Bane, it makes his life miserable. Man. Alright, we almost have the we have Assault Kuros finished on the Sven. Now he's working on the Satanic rather than going for that Swift Blink.
I was gonna say, how long do you think before Husky queues up the BKB? But he's already got it. He's on his way to a BKB right now without buyback. He might just buy the components.
I think we want to try to close this one out before he gets to that one, because Leshrac is the one who needs to jump the back line and bring down this.
If he gets a BKB Fiend's Grip, you are in trouble.
Yeah. At that point, the Leshrac isn't able to do it by himself. You need the... Well, the Abaddon is able to get the Aphotic Shield off onto him, probably. But you need Sven to get on top of this Leshrac at that point, and it's not looking like he's going for jump items, right? He's going for the Satanic next. You mentioned how important the Swift Blink might be, but Leo doesn't seem to think so. I agree with you here. I think the Swift Blink is very important.
I think you just don't focus the Terrorblade if you're Leo here. I think your goal is you just like try and kill the Beastmaster or the Brewmaster to start the fight, and Swift Blink might help you do that if you get the vision to go in with like the Centaur and stuff. But there's no real saves on the side of Zoomers, right? Like it really is just Nightmare is the only real save you have. But until Gunnar has like an Aeon Disc or something, he's not as tanky as you think. Not to a Sven at least. They're going to smoke up here on the side of Zoomers. I mean, they've managed to bring this net worth down a little bit, but still an 11k lead here for the side of FG. They did see Suits for a moment. As they're heading to the bottom lane. Leo, they don't actually know he's there, but they're going to get vision, and Leo... Did he see them? I don't know, but Duster going to get caught. Almost just critted down before getting the borrowed time off. They will take that one kill. Duster? Wait a minute.
Let's go. Gotta run, gotta run.
Gotta go fast.
Get out of there, Duster.
I mean, he's definitely gonna die here eventually. Z-Freak's the one that ends up finding the kill, but that's just time taken away once again. And Grimstroke keeps grabbing these Terrorblade illusions, and oh my gosh, Husky, you gotta run! Run, Husky, run! Yeah, I mean, this thing's gonna be a problem in fights. He did buy a Swift Blink on the Terrorblade, which I actually like a lot because it makes the illusion less useful, right? Which is kind of important.
We'll probably have Scotty next, so he's looking to tank up even more.
I was curious if he was gonna go the Aghanim Scepter if you got the Swift Blink build.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. The Metamorphosis is forcing everyone to run away.
Especially if you like hear Stampede, you just like Swift Blink into Terror Wave, and then they're all just like, we're gonna run really far away.
Simply stampede them the other way.
44 minutes in, 10k gold lead. I mean, I feel like we're just keep coming back to the same thing over and over. It looks like 4 Zoomers have like kind of come back into this game. That 10k gold lead might not mean a whole lot now. It's really just all the Leshrac, but Gunnar, despite only having 17k net worth this late into the game as the mid laner, is doing a lot of work in these fights. He is controlling up the entire backline, not allowing them to assist this Sven. And if he can do that again in these next fights, if he's able to keep the Grimstroke, keep, you know, the Abaddon away from this Sven, they might be able to do it. It is a tall order, but that is like your only win condition. You've got to get this Sven.
They take the tier 2 tower, so getting more access to the rest of the map. Looked like you might have been thinking about pushing high ground, but again, if you're trying to split push by yourself and you're up against the Bane, you know, Aetherlens and this Flicker, I don't know, man. Feels impossible to me. Leshrac changed his items, by the way. Instead of going for the Aghanim Scepter, instead he went back to the Lincoln Sphere, and now he's going for the Sheep Stick. So he realizes, all right, if we need to blow up NB before he can get his BKB or Satanic off in these fights, we let him hit anything, then we're in trouble.
Leo might get found bottom. The smoke gets popped. He pops the BKB, and he will just TP home, but the Roar catches him. And Leo, no buyback for 100 seconds. Is that just money? It is. He is 700 short. I was like, I don't think he bought back anytime soon. They don't know that on the side of Zoomers, but that is a fantastic smoke rotation to get that kill. They have to stall things out here really bad on the side of the Radiant. Oh, how did he blow up that illusion? Oh, I guess he just has a DD rune. That'll probably do it.
They're just looking to run this one down. The TRT tower is open. I mean, maybe they play for a little bit further back for Roche, but I think at the very least they want to try to force Sven's buyback here.
Suit's doing a pretty good job at split pushing. And
yeah.
By the way, he didn't. It's not that he didn't go back for Axe. He bought the synth. He has nihilism. He's that farmed.
Oh. Ooh.
Good hold here by the side of the Radiant. Envy, he's forced to BKB, but he has to Sunder up Snapfire. They backed off and they Lotus Orbed up the Centaur. There is going to be the illusion jumping forward. He's trying to find Z-Freak and he's going to get him with it. And now Envy stunned up on the backside. Gunnar pops the BKB, has the splits available. Going to use the first one. The buyback comes in from this Snapfire. And now the question is, can you get out on Sexy Fat? You are in a really bad spot. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen for him. Well, it might. He is pretty damn tanky. 4K health, but Envy just getting controlled up on the backside. There's a swift blink on over. The dive bombs come through. They get the kill. Mortimer Kiss is coming through as well. Suits put under, pops the BKB, but now Duster's the one that's in trouble. Can he take down Gunner? No, he gets the second split off. Looking to chase down this Leshrac, and the damage from the Terrorblade. It looks like it is too much, and now they will be able to maybe close out this game. Leo, he's respawned. They have buyback available here for this Leshrac. No. Without the meta, it's not going to be easy, though.
Yeah, no meta. Leshrac has buyback available. Sven is back in this game.
Gunner still has a split charge thanks to the refresher. Leo pops it. He wants to go in. Pops that silver edge. Sentry's down, though. And they just back out.
That death on Leo was very costly. If you die again on Leshrac, you just lose this game. No questions asked. This is rough. You can somehow take another tower here. I mean, if two lanes are being pushed in naturally, it kind of punishes Fúria Jovem for playing such close 5-man Dota, but just the top lane being shoved in isn't enough.
Dude, I'm not sure if you noticed in this last fight, but I'm gonna bring it up again because I love this. Did you see how fast those Mortimer Kisses were coming out?
All right, buddy. That's because he's got the talent.
Yeah, he has the +6 now.
Yeah.
It's a machine gun, man. They're gonna grab an Ags onto the Beastmaster instead. I really thought that was gonna be on the Terrorblade, but Beastmaster's gonna be the one that grabs the Ags from the Roshan there, and 0 Axe cooldown. He already has the amp damage talent since that's picked up at 15, and I'm assuming he's definitely gonna go the Primal Roar at 30 or at 25.
Yeah, 30-second cooldown on the Primal Roar will be the last what he needs to be a real nuisance.
Gonna pick up his boots of travel here and then head back out onto the map. A 3K gold lead now for the Zoomers. I mean, they've managed to pull this one back. It seemed it was borderline impossible for them to do so, but like you said, the few deaths by Leo here this game have really cost him.
It's getting tense. It's about hitting the 50-minute mark now. He's got TP, so he can hit back.
He's got a ninja
out.
gear. This is nice. He's just able to smoke up and run down these creep waves.
Yep, he realizes what they're up to, though. Husky had pinged that one out beforehand. He's like, he's going to be over here, but regardless of that, the smoke does make it a little bit more difficult. The extra movement speed, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's just basically hasted.
Yeah, 517 movement. Sheepstick slowed down quite a bit from this death and him being forced to buy back, though.
Sexyvat did manage to finish up his Heart of Taras. Did not save for buyback, though. I guess Centaur's not the best hero to save buyback. Once you've already committed Stampede, it feels kind of rough, but I feel like his Lotus Orb as well as his like hoof stomps are pretty important.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised you can go for Aghanim Scepter here. I feel like that one is pretty important. You see the Bane grip come out, you just press that, you get the damage reduction.
Duster has a Witch Bane, by the way. So single target Dispel from range now. It's paired up with his Aphotic Shield that he already has. Gunner still has this Refresher Shard sitting in his backpack, thanks to grabbing it from the second Roche here. That's going to be 4 Primal Splits for this last fight if they need them.
Yeah, I mean, your way of dealing with this at this point is this Sven cleaving through them. He's going for Divine Rapier right now on Leo, by the way.
I don't think you have a choice. He went back, got the Moon Shard. I mean, he attacks incredibly fast, but...
I don't know. Sven got... I think the biggest nerf on Sven is the fact that he changed his base attack time from 1.8 to 1.9.
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
You're mean, Ricky. You know that?
I'm tired of seeing the same heroes in every game now. You know who's not in every game? Pudge.
You are the worst kind of person.
Give me Pudge. Give me a Pudge buff, dude. Make him a decent lane hero once again. That's all I want.
They did give you a buff. You can insta-kill creeps now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a poor man's Mirana now. And you just grief even more from like the 4 or 5 position in pubs. It's great.
You are the worst. Only you've been complaining about Budge. I like how the dark portrait icon looks kind of like the Sharingan, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly their intention.
I'm a big fan.
Ooh, Envy. He has 5,800 gold in the bank, by the way.
Not bad. Centaur just hit level 25. He's got the plus 1 second hoof stomp duration now.
That is a pretty good talent.
It is. 3.5 second AoE stun. Very neat.
The retaliate aura is like funny, but it is only the base damage. It doesn't give you the strength bonus. So it's only like 110 damage return. Yeah.
Ugh. And the return damage aspect of retaliate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it does 110 AoE damage for like anyone that attacks them, but it's like it's physical, so it's reduced by armor. So at this point in the game, it basically doesn't do much at all.
What's that do? Envy's got 71% physical damage resist. Yeah, it would do like, I don't know, 430 something damage. Not very good. 38.
All right, he just reclaimed here. Actually, all TPing up to the top. They saw them once again pushing out these waves, smoked up here on the Lesh. They want to be able to try and burst them down. Moo, he gets the Lincolns though. Luckily, it is an arcane blink primal roar. It's up in 15 seconds.
I like, yeah, roar rate wasted. You got him, but not really.
Joke's on you, dude.
Yeah.
That roar has a 21-second cooldown. That is ridiculous. Leo's gonna find Envy in the jungle here. Can they actually burst him? He gets the BKB, the Abyssal Blade. Envy! He tries to pop the Satanic, but Leo gets him with the bash. What a play by Leo. And now Husky forced to BKB, trying to run away. Doesn't have TP. They all came top for this. As a result, it's gonna backfire pretty heavily. As Husky's just gonna get caught. Hex comes out and they take down two. Mid lane Gunner trying to go for the wave and forced to primal split and run.
Here comes Leo though. He's disengaging on the air panda with the wind walk though. He's already out. Oh, yeah, he's not actually trying to grab the wind panda. He's just clearing out these creeps here. So gonna morph back. He's got the refresher shard still. Bane gonna be forced to buy back in the game. Envy's not going to want to because if they kill him twice, they simply win the game. It's just that easy.
Yeah, I mean, going for this Abyssal Blade, you don't see this that often on a Sven, but if you can bash up that Terror Blade, feels very strong. Blink in, stun onto the Sven. They've got nobody here ready to follow up the damage, but Envy's buyback does the work. Leo just gets bursted. The Mortimer Kiss is doing way too much damage. Does have the buyback, but Duster, that's not happening. That TP is not going to be successful there, sir. Pops the borrowed time, trying to do what he can, but Gunner, he's actually managed to find King RD, but he gets the blink out for the moment. Looks like he's gonna survive.
Yeah, Psychipat needs to leave right now. Roar's on such a low cooldown on Moo.
Oh, they're looking for Suits bottom. Instead, he might turn around onto Husky. No, they're gonna be able to find King RD. 4 heroes there, and Suits. Oh gosh, goes for the blink. Moo, does he find him? He's 2 seconds on the BKB. He doesn't have TP. You can't do it against the Beastmaster. The Lincolns comes out. There's the roar. He's trying to find a kill onto Z-Freak here on this ledge, but he's pretty tanky. But not tanky enough, it would seem, as the rest of the team trying to surround him. Envy's finally here as well. The Bloodstone heal not available, and that is going to be a dead Leshrac. 4 heroes fall. I feel like that was so greedy going for that wave cut.
It was. I mean, if he had gotten out there, his TP was on cooldown for another 2 seconds, so he wasn't able to. Actually, where's the wave? Wave's over here. They'll get Sven back up. Sven won't be forced to buy back. So you've traded off your Sven buyback for a Leshrac buyback. I don't know why. I don't know why the Grimstroke bought back there. That wasn't necessary. It takes 30 seconds for the creeps to come from over here all the way into your base.
I think it's just the Dark Portrait is why. Like, he can run the Dark Portrait down the wave and cut the next one as well. But like you said, it didn't really seem exactly necessary since Sven was going to be up anyway.
Yep. The trade-off, Leshrac, who is already 6 slotted, for the Sven, who still needs a couple more items.
Yeah. Lesh, what's he buying? Was that a refresher? It was, yeah.
He's got the swift, not the swift link.
Overwhelming blink and Hex were queued up.
Making it even harder for him to get away from him and a little bit of extra bulk. Refresher Orb is an interesting choice, though. The double nihilism might make a world of difference, though.
The refresher is really good. I mean, double nihilism, double BKB, double Shivas. The one thing to consider though is you can't nihilism and BKB, so you have to like be careful on which one you decide to activate. 58 minutes, neph. First series of the day.
Sparks are flying in this heated battle. Neither team is conceding an inch.
Yo, mid lane, they're looking for Gunner. He's got an A on disc, though. Ooh, he did. Mortimer Kiss is coming through. He has to BKB move. Gets him with the roar. The team behind him. There's going to be the Soulbind onto 2. Envy's the one that's in trouble, but Sven gets caught by the Fiend's Grip, but finally gets saved. There's going to be the Terror Wave doing a decent amount. The Stampede comes out, but a body slam to the back. 5 Z-Freak. There's going to be the stuns in for the rest of the Hawks. Can Leo turn around? He gets bursted. He's got nothing left. Buyback is available, but you've also caught King RD.
He committed God Strength for that. He could buy back, but he doesn't have God Strength available. They're just going to move to the Roche Pit. It's going to respawn another 8 seconds here. It's pretty lengthy.
They don't know. They're not going to stick around for the Roshan.
They shouldn't either. They know the God Strength was used. They saw him pop that. Sven just isn't able to hold his ground. He gets bursted so quickly here. He doesn't have Satanic to heal back up either. I'm not sure if they're gonna wait for next tier of neutral items, but with Grimstroke down for 90 seconds right now, and
they just gotta go Roche right now. Like they see it, it's scouted by the Hawk. Okay, they're going back for it. I was like, if they get Roche, they have Aegis Cheese Refresher and another Aghanim Scepter. This one should go the way of Bane. 100% should go the way of Bane.
This has gotten so difficult. They might just wait for next tier of neutral items as well.
Actually, you might give it to Z-Freak. Both of the support ags are very good. Yeah, they're gonna give it to Z-Freak. I was like, this extra save plus that long range initiation is pretty good. Another refresher shard picked up. They still have one on Gunner and now another one for Z-Freak. And E-Blade as well from Z-Freak here for another save, which is kind of good.
Oh, these fights are getting so difficult for them to take now. And this is going to be it. Book of the Shadows.
That one does not feel incredibly good this game.
Giant
that is a good one, though. Oh, no. Okay. Well, good thing Ballista's not in the game anymore.
Yeah. See if Sven can find an Apex for himself. Book of the Dead now found. They're just not able to clear out these kills.
That is the best Beastmaster item he could have got.
Yep. Moo was quite happy about that one.
Dude, can you imagine Leo just critting once and like taking 1800 damage from the Necro minions who doesn't have BKB? Seer Stone. Oh man, that is also very good.
You only have one neutral item. All you found was Book of Shadows, and it's not doing much for you. And Ex Machina found last of all. I'm not sure who they put that on. They might just give it to. They might just put it on Envy. The extra 25 armor.
Gunner's gonna hold the Apex. 5k health now on the Brewmaster. The Giant's Ring's 100% on Envy. There's no way you don't give him Giant's Ring. He just doesn't need boots anymore. He has 365 MS, free pathing. This item is ridiculous. It did just get nerfed, thank God. So bonus movement speed from 60 to 50, strength from 40 to 35, but oh, I guess that Giant's Ring on Terrorblade Illusion is also very scary. As he is just crushing the real Envy. He's gonna be forced to use the Satanic now.
Goes back up. Dark Portrait, another 17 seconds. I think they're gonna. I don't know. It is so rough not having any tier 5 neutral items of your own. They need to like smoke somebody out.
Yeah, they've got an Ex Machina Snapfire. They've got the Seer Stone on the Bane. I mean, this Fiend's Grip has like 1,000 cast range now almost. Bottom lane, the BKB comes out from Gunner. Book of Shadows. He just walks away. They've got to get someone out of the base to try and find these neutral items, but bottom lane, they're trying to just focus these.
All right, they lost.
Wait, what?
Leo walked out. He got Primal Roared and then Fiend's Crypt.
Well, that's just game. It was all a bait bottom lane by Gunner, I guess, as the Centaur was there. Sexyvat goes in, gets the hoof stomp, but Nightmare to save the Terrorblade. There's gonna be the chain stuns, does have a BKB and the Aegis. Disarm for the moment. Envy gets the Sunder off, turning around onto Sexyvat. You can't really see anything underneath this Terrorblade, but the stuns are there in from the Lesh. They're holding him down, and a Nightmare once again trying to do it. Sooth gets the kill, chase on the backside, gets the bait as well. That's gonna be a dieback. Envy, he's got to be careful here. Dark Portrait coming up in just a moment. Sexyvat on the backside finds the Snapfire. If he gets another double edge, there's a Sunder to save him. Buyback on the Bane. He's going to come into the bottom lane. Husky. He is just focusing on the racks on these pandas, and he's going to get one. They do so much damage. He gets it all. That's almost mega as he rejoins top lane, but gets hexed right away. King RD trying to save him. The silence comes in. He just pops the BKB, and he's got it. Mega creep secured. Question is, can you kill this 7,000 HP Centaur? In comes Zeus. He misses the stomp. The Force Staff tries to save him. They're jumping for more. Envy, he's falling incredibly low. Can they actually get the kill? He gets the Sunder off. They turn around onto the strike. He gets bursted. That's going to be the dieback. And now, without anybody left, that's got to be the GG. There's going to be the Terror Wave. Turn his attention on over to the Abaddon. Borrowed Time's going to save him for now. You got Leo coming up in 30 seconds, but can you escape? I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Reflected Roar onto the Beastmaster. The Mortimer Kiss is just melting through his health bar, and that is going to be another dieback going their way. Duster goes down as well. Fiend's Grips, he's got the Grimstroke. That's 4 dead. They haven't GG'd out quite yet, but I don't think Leo's going to be able to see the light of day before this game is over. Envy just focusing down this base, and that is it. Zoomers tie it up 1-1. Quick DC from Leo this time around.
She was on the other foot here in a game that looked like they basically had in the bag. They end up stalling it out long enough. Envy, an absolute beast on this Terrorblade, and Sven, who wasn't able to find much this game. Just like a couple of moments where he did contribute to the team fight. He ended up getting Eternal Envy that one time. He went a little bit too far in the triangle. He ended up getting a kill on the Gunner immediately after Brewmaster split ended. But outside of that, it's all the Sven really contributed to this game. He was rarely able to get his hands on people. There's just so much disable coming up from 4 Zoomers lineup, always keeping this Sven in check. And it really felt like Zeus was the carry here.
Yeah, Zeus was an absolute monster in this game. Did 65,000 hero damage. And really, if Leo is up for this final fight, I actually don't think Zoomers can win at this point. I do think Zeus was just actually a beast. He was a monster into the late game. But what can you do? I mean, despite really what it comes down is to Zoomers got 3rd and 4th Roche, right? I think 2nd Roche too. They got 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Roche. So it was one of those things where like the Zoomers had a massive influx of gold from these free Aghanim Scepters onto their supports. They just were able to control the map with that Aegis timing, and they turned back what was a ridiculous net worth advantage at one point for FG, almost 15k, and they end the game at about a 40,000 advantage for themselves. Leo going down those few times ends up being a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, Leo going down a bunch of times. If you take a look at the scoreboard, move it over to like the hero damage, move it over to the death loss, you end up losing 4,400 gold that game on Leo. You were dead for 10 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
I played in an hour game in your position. One was dead for 10 minutes there. Like, he did not contribute much to this game. 4 Zoomers knew that he was the person to target, and they did a great job of shutting him down. I don't think the Sven played careful enough, and he got punished for it pretty hard.
Dude, look at Z-Freak. He has 4 deaths, but apparently was only dead for 40 seconds. Is that right? Was it all of his deaths in the beginning of the game?
On who, sorry?
Z-Freak on his Snapfire. He was only dead for 40 seconds with 4 deaths. So he must have just died all of his deaths early on. Like, maybe that's just a bug, though. But he absolutely owned it. Oh, yeah, maybe just buybacks. You're right, yeah. But, I mean, he just did an absolute ton of damage this game as well. Like, 38,000 from the Snapfire. Everyone on the side of Zoomers contributing. Envy, obviously, the big damage dealer as well for him. But, I mean, that was just such an intense game going just past the 60-minute mark. So we can finally see some of those tier 5 items. But FG unable to get out of the base to pick some up for themselves. It's a game changer, right? So, well played by the Zoomers. Very patient.
Patience from them ended up paying off and being a hell of a game. But this is only our first series of the day, Ricky.
Yeah. Yep, only the first series of the day. We got so much more Dota coming up. We have Team versus 4 Gringos up next. Team in a doubleheader today in the afternoon. So we're going to go to a short break, everyone. Stay tuned for more here on the BTS Pro Series Season number 8. We'll see you after the break.